Hey everyone, welcome. I'm Naomi, and today I want to talk about a few ways that you can have a greener, more environmentally friendly summer, even when you have kids. I mean, I have two kids, so I completely understand how tricky it can be sometimes to live a lifestyle that is more environmentally conscious and more environmentally friendly. At the same time, I want to make sure that they grow up into a world that is safe for them and a world that, will exist long after I'm not around and even long after they're not around. So I want to do everything that I can to, contribute to a greener and healthier future. So, without any further ado, here are my best tips for making your summer a little bit more green, even when you have kids. So, number one is really to pack your own snacks. Okay, so I know that it's super convenient to get those like individually packed snacks in those individually packed bags and to get like a big box of them and, and to get, the juice boxes and the individually wrapped roll-ups and all of those things. The problem is that there's an enormous amount of waste that is used, not only to create them, but once you're done. And let's face it, you don't use those wrappers once you're done, right? You throw them away as soon as they tear them open, right? So instead of getting those individually packed snacks, pack your own snacks. And there are a lot of really awesome ways that you can pack your own snacks and a lot of really fantastic companies and products that have reusable bags, baggies, and even containers that are really, really easy and really affordable and, environmentally friendly, that make it so that you can bring as many snacks as you want and that make it really convenient and easy for you to do that. So number one is to pack your own snacks and avoid all of those single snack packs. Okay, that's number one. Okay, number two is to shower or bathe less. I know, summer is sweaty and kids get dirty and it's the summer, but also during the summer, they go to the pool all the time and the beach. And then, there are splash pads and, all kinds of things, right? Kids don't need to bathe nearly as much in the summer as I think we think, and we don't either. Okay, that's a video for another time, right? But, really think of it this way. For the most part, kids are getting washed off all the time. So unless they're diving into a puddle of mud or, unless they've been doing a ton of work in the garden with you or, unless like something pretty crazy has happened to make them like super dirty, they can probably go another day or two or three without a shower. And so can you. And if you're feeling a little gross or if you're feeling, just a little sweaty or sticky, you can always do like a really fun washcloth bath, right? So, you just wet a washcloth and rub it on your skin and just wipe off all of the sweat and the grime. I usually do that in the summer for my feet at the end of the day because I walk barefoot a lot in the summer or I walk in sandals and they get, all kinds of, gross stuff on the bottom, but I don't need to take an entire shower for that. I can just wipe them off and call it good and then rinse off the washcloth and do it again tomorrow. So I know it's a big one, but I'm going to say you can actually shower less in the summer. And that one little piece there too is that remember that taking lots of baths and lots of showers can actually dry out your skin. And the last thing that you want in summer is to feel drier because it's so hot. So fewer showers and you will have a greener summer for you and for your kids. Okay, that's number two. Okay, number three is to DIY popsicles. So sort of going back to that first one about not getting all of those snack packs and, the single wrap things, popsicles are kind of the same, right? Popsicles are fantastic in the summer because, it's hot, they're cold, they're refreshing, it's an easy snack, but you can make your own super duper easily. Right? Really, really easy to make popsicles and really easy to make them with a little less sugar than the store-bought ones. So highly recommend doing some DIY popsicles. If you have never made popsicles before, I have a really fantastic recipe for popsicles. I'll leave that in the description below. And you can get it totally for free from my website, but there are a lot of popsicles that you can make. So just know that popsicles are really easy and that you don't have to spend a ton of money on them and you don't have to keep getting them and wasting precious resources and throwing away stuff that you'll never use again. Okay, so that's number three. Okay, Number 4 is actually to keep your AC at a more reasonable temperature. So what I've noticed a lot in the summer is that people tend to keep their AC at like 68 degrees. That's really, really cold, especially if it's like 90 outside, especially if it's, like if it's really, really hot outside, the difference between the temperature inside and the temperature outside is so extreme that it's actually uncomfortable. So I'm not opposed to keeping the house cool, but keeping it just a few degrees warmer than you might ordinarily can actually really make a huge difference, not only in your electricity bill, but how much electricity you're actually using, which is really good for the planet. So consider keeping your AC slightly higher. We actually keep our AC, somewhere between like usually around 76 overnight right now and like 78 or 80 during the day. And we do just fine. Like, it's not hot during the day in here. Occasionally we'll run a fan, but for the most part, like, we're good. So it doesn't need to be super cold in your house, and you will actually be a lot healthier throughout the summer for it if you don't keep it super low. Okay, so number 4, keep your AC at a more reasonable temperature, and you will save money on your electricity bill, and you will also use less electricity, which is really positive. Okay, number 5. Number 5 is to BYOB. Bring your own water bottle. So BYOWB, right? Bring your own water bottle. Okay, like there are no reasons whatsoever to use a disposable water bottle. You do not need to get water in plastic bottles when you can so easily bring a water bottle anywhere. And kids can do this too, right? This is so easy for kids. And it also, like it teaches them how to, maintain their own things, right? To keep track of their own things, right? My kids have a few water bottles apiece actually so that we can rotate through them, but they're ones that they can reuse over and over and over. They're small enough that we can pack them and bring them anywhere, but they're big enough so that they get a good amount of water from them when they need it, and they're really, really easy to fill up. Stainless steel ones are great. You can get, good solid plastic ones too if you absolutely have to. I try to steer clear of glass with my kids because, let's face it, I'm super clumsy and I break glass ones all the time, so the stainless steel are really your best bet. But if you absolutely need to get plastic, the plastic ones can last for a really, really long time also. So at the very least, if you're going to get a plastic water bottle, just know that, it's one that you want to be able to use over and over and over and over again. And at least in that way, you're not just constantly getting new plastic water bottles that are just going to get tossed and probably won't get recycled anyway. So BYOWB. Bring your own water bottle everywhere you go, and you will have a much greener summer. Okay, so I have one more really fun one, and this is it's a fun one, and I think that it's a really good one, and that's why I'm including it, and it's to have electricity-free nights. So you can think of them as like flashlight nights or, like indoor camping or outdoor camping. So instead of, having the lights on, you have a flashlight and you read books with flashlights. Or, instead of having the TV on, you tell stories or you roast marshmallows over, okay, that'd be over the stove, so that would be with electricity. But you get the idea, right? So, you can find really, really fun ways to take electricity out of the equation and have one night a week where you do indoor or outdoor camping style activities at your house and just, reduce your electricity one night a week and, make it fun also. And this is something that we're going to be doing a lot of this summer because why not? Why not teach kids that, there are other ways to entertain themselves and that there are other ways to get light and there are other ways to play that don't require as much electricity. So those are your 6 tips to have a greener, more environmentally friendly summer, even when you have kids. I'd love to hear what you think of these tips, and even more, I would really love to hear if you have any other ideas that you might want to share. You can leave those in the comments below and let me know how you are going to make your summer a little bit greener also. As always, thanks for tuning in, and I look forward to chatting again with you really soon. Until then, bye.